Hello, ladies, and more ladies. This is QnA with Fred, and I'm going to speak in a lower voice than usual today. Oh, yeah. Anonymous asked, why does zombie Fred always drink tea? Well, he can't drink coffee, can he? I mean, a zombie drinking coffee would be too energized, and zombies tend to be quite relaxed. Zombies tend to be slightly hippie-ish, calm, like the dude in The Big Lebowski. That's what zombies tend to be like, because they are, of course, they have a decreased muscle mass and they can't move around as before, and they quite like chilling out with a bit of vanilla tea, just sitting down, watching QI and drinking some tea. And that's why Zombie Fred drinks tea. Of course, he doesn't drink tea anymore because he's now officially dead. And that's canon. That's the law. I am the George Lucas of this blog, and my law is the one law you have to follow. So Zombie Fred is dead. Zombie Fred dead. That rhymes. I also drink tea, actually. Mostly because I can't drink coffee in the morning, because my stomach doesn't like that. And ultimately I let my stomach decide over me. Stomach and my brain. I was about to say genitals, but that's not quite true. I'm not a sexual freak. I'm not a sexual beast. I do have some control over my lusts. And I think that's a proper answer. Anonymous asked, what's your secret on having such gorgeous, long, blonde hair, Fred? The long part is quite easy. All you need to do is make sure not to cut your hair and let it grow out for a while. And then you get long hair. That's all you need to do. It's easy to grow out your hair when you don't like hairdressers. I don't like getting my hair cut, and I don't like hairdressers. They tend to be terrible people, and often perverted. There's no doubt in my mind when I say that I think most hairdressers are very perverted and morally corrupt people. They are all. I mean, Sweeney Todd, that musical, is a very friendly description of hairdressers, and the same with the Monty Python lumberjack sketch. People who work with hair for a living are not good people, and I don't think anyone really likes them. If you're listening to this and you are aspiring to become a hairdresser, then you are the exception. Because you like me, that means that you must be a perfect person. And I think that's the secret to having long hair: hating hairdressers. This is there is some sort of ironic twist that happens when you hate hairdressers, because when you hate hairdressers you end up with gorgeous hair, and when you love hairdressers, when you want to live in a hairdresser's house, that's when you get very rubbish, black and rat colored, thin, greasy hair. Anonymous asked, where have you been? I've been to several places around Europe. I've been to Denmark a few times. I've been to England and Scotland when I was younger, and I've been to Italy twice in my life. I've been to Greece. I've been to Lithuania and Latvia. I've been to Malta. I've been to Portugal. Indirectly, I went to the Azores. which is a lovely island in the Atlantic. It's a bit like a European Hawaii, with less obnoxious people in it. And that's where I have been. And I've been all sort of places around Sweden. I've been to the south of Sweden. I haven't been to the very north of Sweden, because Sweden is quite a big place, and many Swedes do not go around all of Sweden until a specific point in their lives. And I haven't gotten to that point yet. I need to find a wife, and then we can go on a road trip around Sweden. That would be romantic, I feel. And that's where I have been. At the moment, I am sitting here in front of my computer, talking into a microphone, being very lonely as usual. But after a while, you get used to loneliness, don't you? Loneliness becomes your friend after some time. And of course, you guys. I'm smiling right now, thinking about you. You're probably naked, and I'm fine. Oh, I forgot the anonymous. I mean, I don't know why I add anonymous. I think it's an attempt for me to make the questions more clearly questions. It's a way to sort of structure these Q&As more easily by adding who asked the question. The problem is that for some reason people don't feel comfortable giving out their real names in these things, so they only go with anonymous. And maybe in the future you could add your name, or at least the name you want to be known as. And then I could use that name. That would be great. I mean, it wouldn't be too much to ask, I feel. And it would create a bit of a warmer atmosphere in these videos, I feel. Because now it seems like I have a discussion with some internet terrorists. Anyway, Anonymous asked, I'm finding your culinary adventures both impressive and intriguing. What have you been up to in the kitchen today? I'm quite good at cooking, I like to think. It's mostly because I take after my father, and my father is not good at cooking really, but he's such a perfectionist, and he is very determined whenever he cooks something to really make it good. And I have similar sensibility, plus the fact that my mother is a bit more creative in the kitchen, so it means that I have some sort of experimental, kind of exotic attitude towards cooking. I like to include spices where spices cannot be placed. And it means that I can cook up a bit of I can cook up dinner that many people can cook. I am good at cooking. I haven't decided what I'm going to eat today. What I can do, which I believe is popular on the internet, I can take a photograph of my dinner, and then I can post it along with several stupid filters on this blog, and then people will like it, because that's something that people like to like. Food taken with very pretentious and bad filters. I don't know why Instagram is as popular as it is, and what Instagram actually shows is this very typical thing about humanity, is that what we're interested in more than anything is food and sex, because all pictures on Instagram is ultimately either food or genitals, and sometimes it's very difficult to tell the difference. And you can try and tell the difference when I post my food later on today. And that's it for this episode of Fred and Q&A. See you next. Speak to you next time on Q&A with Fred.